gentlemen, without further ado, please, if I can invite you all to stand for the arrival of our bride.
There goes my heart beating, 'cause you are the reason I'm losing my sleep. Please come back now.
There goes my mind erasing, and you are the reason that I'm still breathing. I'm hopeless now.
I'd climb every mountain and swim every ocean
Just to be with you and fix what I've broken.
or 'cause I need.
Well, good morning, everybody.
Michelle.
Well, Michelle, you've definitely rendered everybody speechless. I'd like to welcome you here to the Nightingale Suite for today's marriage ceremony. Well, thank you, Paul and Jamie, for very proudly escorting your mum here today. Please, if I can invite you to take your seats, and if everybody else could take their seats also, apart from our bride and groom. Now, my name is Anita Smith, and with me today is Emma and Zoe. And we are all registrars working on behalf of Stockton Borough Council, and it is our privilege and indeed our great pleasure to be part of your wedding day. Well, marriage is a commitment in life where two people can find and bring out the very best in each other, while still allowing each other to keep their own individuality. Today you're going to make a commitment to each other to ensure that your marriage blossoms for years to come. And affirming your vows will mean that in everyday life, your love, respect, trust and understanding of each other will continue to strengthen your relationship. Well, firstly, I must tell you that this place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to law for the celebration of marriages. And before you are both joined in matrimony, I have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows that you are about to make. Now, marriage in this country means the union of two people, voluntarily entered into for life and to the exclusion of all others. Now, I have to ask you both to identify yourselves to me as you're about to make a formal declaration. So, Stephen, may I ask you to state your full name, please?
Stephen with a PH, Arthur Robson.
Thank you. And Michelle, if you could please state your full name.
Michelle Boyle.
Thank you. I'm now going to ask you each in turn to make a declaration to me in which you will state that you know of no legal reason why you should not be married to each other. So Michelle, you can relax for a second because you'll be pleased to know that we start with Stephen first. So Stephen, no pressure. If you could please repeat the following vows after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare
That I know not.
that I know not
Of any lawful impediment.
any unlawful impediment
Of any.
of any
lawful
lawful
impediment.
impediment.
Thank you. Why I,
Why I,
Stephen Arthur Robson,
Stephen Arthur Robson,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in matrimony
in matrimony
to Michelle Boyle.
to Michelle Boyle.
And Michelle, if you could also please repeat the following vows after me. I do solemnly declare
I do solemnly declare
that I know not
that I know not
of any lawful impediment.
of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Michelle Boyle,
Why I, Michelle Boyle,
may not be joined
may not be joined
in
in
matrimony
matrimony
to Stephen Arthur
to
Robson.
Stephen Arthur Robson.
So we now come to the part of the ceremony where Stephen and Michelle will make their contract of marriage to each other. So if I can invite our official witnesses, Annette and Rob, to step forward for me, please. One this side, is that?
I saw.
Just need photographs, perfect. Now you may like to hand over your bouquet for safekeeping. And if I can invite you both to turn towards each other whilst you make these next vows. Now Now, Stephen, do you take Michelle to be your lawful wedded wife according to the laws of this country? Do you promise to love and care for her and to be faithful to her always?
I do.
And Michelle, do you take Stephen to be your lawful wedded husband according to the laws of this country? Do you promise to love and care for him and to be faithful to him always?
I do.
And Stephen, if you could please repeat the following vows after me and say them to Michelle. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness
to witness
that I, Stephen Arthur Robson,
that I, Stephen Arthur Robson,
do take thee, Michelle Boyle,
do take thee, Michelle Boyle,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
That's all. And Michelle, if you could also now please repeat the following vows after me and say them to Stephen. I call upon
I call upon
these persons here present
these persons here present
to witness
to witness
that I, Michelle Boyle,
that I, Michelle Boyle,
do take thee, Stephen Arthur Robson,
do take thee, Stephen Arthur Robson,
to be my lawful wedded
to
husband.
be my lawful wedded husband.
I can invite our witnesses to take a seat again for me then, please. So we now come to the part of the ceremony where wedding rings are given and received. And the wedding ring is an ancient and traditional symbol. It is an unbroken circle, which signifies unending and everlasting love. Now, Leslie, I do believe you have our rings today. If I could ask you to hand over Michelle's ring first of all to Stephen, please. And if you could please place the ring there on Michelle's finger. Perfect, and just remain holding her hand and say these following vows to Michelle. Michelle, I give you this ring
Michelle, I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my commitment
of my commitment
to our marriage
to our marriage,
and as a token
and as a token
of all that we share.
as all that we share.
I promise
I promise
to love and care for you
to love and care for you
and to be faithful always.
and to be faithful always.
Leslie, if I could ask you to hand over Stephen's ring to Michelle, please. You've already got one. Put one on. And the other hand. If you'd like to take a seat again, for me, please, Leslie. Thank you. Perfect. And just remain holding his hand and say these following vows to Stephen. Stephen, I give you this ring
Stephen, I give you this ring
as a symbol
as a symbol
of my commitment
of my commitment
to our marriage
to our marriage,
and as a token
and as a token
of all that we share.
of all that we share.
I promise
I promise
to love and care for you
to love and care for you
and to be faithful
and to be
always.
faithful always.
Perfect. I invite you both to turn towards me now, please. Well, Stephen and Michelle, many people believe that entering into marriage is the final step in a relationship. But marriage is not the final step. It is simply the beginning of a wonderful journey. Today will form a milestone in your lives. Emma, Zoe and I hope the feelings that you both share today will grow ever deeper and stronger throughout the years to come. Well, you've now both made the declarations required by law, and you've made a solemn and binding contract with each other in the presence of me, Emma and Zoe, and your witnesses, Annette and Rob, and all of your family and friends you've invited here today. Therefore, may I be the first one to congratulate you both, as it is my joyful responsibility to acknowledge and announce that you are now husband and wife. Congratulations. You might now like to kiss your beautiful bride. Congratulations,
Thank you very much.
well done.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. Calm now, are we?
Yes.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. Well, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just just kids when we fell in love, not knowing what it was. I will not give you up this time. Darling, just kiss me slow. Your heart is all I own, and in your eyes you're holding mine. Baby, I'm dancing in the dark with you between my arms, barefoot on the grass, we're listening to our favorite song. When you said you looked a mess, I whispered underneath my breath, but you heard it, darling, you look perfect.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank each and every single one of you for being here today and for making this occasion so very special for them both. And I'm sure you will all join me in wishing them all the happiness in the world for the future married life together. Congratulations. First of all, it's been an absolute privilege to be part of your day today. Have an amazing day, won't you? And on behalf of Emma, Zoe and I and the whole of our registration team, we do wish you both a very long and happy married life together.
Thanks very much.
So ladies and gentlemen, for one final time, please, if I can invite you all to stand, as it's our absolute privilege to present to you for the very first time the new Mr. and Mrs. Robson! Yay!
You and me, yes, I love you, stop at the show.